Welcome to Real Estate Grad School. We coach experienced real estate agents to create and build the habits and systems that rapidly increase your income, build your team, and allow you a much greater peace of mind. I'm Rich Levin. I've been coaching experienced real estate agents for over 20 years to exceptional success. Come and learn.
One of you said this to me. He said, "Rich, I don't know if I want to tell you this. I feel like I should be a little bit embarrassed about it, but I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to want to know." And he said, you may remember that I'm the only income in our household. And about a year ago, as a matter of fact, it was a year ago this month, July, that I realized that I'd let our credit card debt get out of hand. And he gave me a number of tens of thousands of dollars that he was in debt, credit card debt, and he actually added to that another amount for his car payment, car balance. And he explained, and we could see it on his charts, that he'd had a really good year a few years ago, and he was still spending as if he was earning at that pace. And then he said, as of today, I'm debt-free. That was cool. Over the course of a year, he paid back tens of thousands of dollars of debt. So, of course, I asked, how'd you do it? And he answered, I focused on selling real estate. I knew I had earned a bunch of money before. I figured out how much I needed to earn to pay it all off in a year. And I used that number to reset my goals for how much I needed to sell and the appointments that I needed. That was cool. So after I said, wow, I said, that's crazy, unique, special. After I really complimented him and congratulated him, he said, I was really looking forward to this appointment with you, because I can feel that my motivation is not the same. I've lost my motivation. So he said, I want to set my goals with you, but I need something to work for. Just setting the goals like numbers, I can see now it's not the way you set goals. You got to have something to work for. Once I realized I wanted to pay off that debt, so he explained all that to me. And he said, I can't find anything that I care about as much as I cared about getting out of debt. Okay? And I thought that was pretty cool. And I explained to him that it's a very common occurrence. You set a goal, you reach the goal, and when you get to the goal, you then you can't find the next goal. You don't have the next goal in place. So all of a sudden you go off and you slide back, so that's why in sports it's so hard to repeat as champion. A team that has championships 2, 3, 4 years in a row. A player who's a championship wins a championship 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row. That's remarkable to be able to hold that kind of motivation for that long. It's abnormal. For most people don't set goals and track them effectively and hit them. But for most people who even do that, once they've hit a goal, it's not the same. And you need to find something that's not easy always to work towards. So I asked him, said, what would it be like to have, and then I gave him that number again, the tens of thousands of dollars that he paid back in the last 12 months. I said, what would it be like to have that in savings a year from now? But a year from now, let's say it's $65,000. You have $65,000, let's say you pay taxes, there's another 20 there, $45,000 in the bank. And then the same another year. So the year after, you added another 40 or 50 or 60,000, and another year. So for 3 years in a row, you did that. And I said to them, that would be, and I gave them a number, the over hundreds of thousands of dollars it would be. It was $100,000 plus it would be. Said, what would that be like? And we played with that thought for a while. What would it be like? What would it feel like? What would it feel like? What would you do with it? Where would you go? Would you donate any money? What would you do with it? What would that be like? How would you feel? And we just played with it played with it until I could hear the smile on his face. It's funny, to say I could hear the smile on his face, but I could tell he was feeling it. That's what I was playing for. And I said to him, what are some of the things you do with some of the extra money in 1 year? In year one, you've earned 40, 50, 60, 65,000, whatever the number is, more. What would you do? In year one, something. You eat a few more times out at restaurants. What would you do? And you're still saving a lot of it. You're not spending. You just a few treats you give yourself. What would you do in year two when you're now adding to that? In year three, when you were now adding to that and the number was getting bigger, what would you do? We explored that together. I said, how would you feel each year? What would you do to your confidence? What would it do to everything? And then I asked him, could that be the motivation to continue this? And I explained to him that's what Chav and I did. Back in 1986, 87, Chav and I owned our real estate companies. And I had opened extra offices. I'd broken out space. I'd done a lot of construction. And I realized that we were earning more money than ever before and spending more money than ever before. And we were losing about $12,000 a month. Despite the fact that we were making a lot of money, we were spending even more. When we realized that we were $91,000 in debt, when we finally could turn it around, we were $123,000 in debt. I let staff go. I brought Chava on and said, Chava, help me, please. In tears, literally. She came on. She worked with me. We reduced space. We let go of staff. We just cut back to bare bones. We stopped eating out. We just really cut back to bare bones. And in 1 year, with Chava's guidance, with Chava doing it, I was earning it, but she was controlling it. We paid off the entire $123,000. And I remember talking to her and saying, let's keep going. Let's do this for 3 years. Let's put that money away. Let's invest it. Let's buy some real estate. Let's go. So I was just explaining to this agent, to him, what that was like for us. And that was a fabulous motivation. So back to the agent, we opened his chart and we ensured that the goals would get him there. And then he said something that made me smile as we were looking at the chart. He said, Rich, it was the charts. He said, the charts are magic. They really are. I want to show you the charts. So first of all, notice his appointments are not wildly off the map. He's just tracking towards his tiptoe goal. His tiptoe goal brought him $207,000 in income, and that was enough to accomplish this for him. He'd never earned that much, but he'd never been on pace to earn that much before. This is his sales volume. So I want you to look. Let me see if I can get a pointer, a pencil here. I'm going to be a little late for the live call because we're going to do this. So let's go year to date. So last year he jumped from 4.4. Now remember, he started this in July of last year. He ended last year with 7 million rather than 4 million. So he already made last year, 30 or 40,000. But then the first part of this year, he's done $5 million in the first 7 months of this year. Actually, July's not over. He'll probably do more than that. So that's 9 million over the, or 7, 8, 9 million over the, and he's not done. And this was really, 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 really clear and exciting for him. So we actually didn't change his goals much because they're already taking him on pace to absolutely repeat what he was doing. Oh, let me get a different pointer here. And this is income. Is that income? No, that's volume again. Oh, that's just volume enlarged. I just made it bigger so you could see. Should have showed you that one when I was circling the things. Here's that 5 million, the 4 million from this year, the 5 million, 4 million from last year through now, 5 million to this year, 7 million over 4 million for last year. The charts. This is the income. So last year's income jumped from 91,107. But remember, he started this effort in July of last year. So he had 44,000 by July of last year, ended the year with over 60,000 more than he did in July. I'm sorry, I'm on 132. He's at 132,000, so it's about 25,000 more than the year before. But remember, he started in July. He went that year. He added another $70,000 to his income for the end of the year. But now he's at 126,000. So from July to July, he's earned 70 and 126. He's cranking. He's on pace for that $200,000 goal. He's already got $153,000 on the books. And I just want to point out to you that, do you want to dramatically change your income? Simply take the regs chart seriously. Find something that's worth working for. Take the chart seriously. They are magic. I don't know why and how I came up with this method of measuring an agent's business a long time ago now. But it's been magic for a lot of agents in a lot of places. Some of the scripts I give you are magic. Lead conversion scripts are magic. Listing scripts are magic. This is a great piece. They're magic. Take the regs chart seriously, and somehow the rest will happen for you. I could explain how. I mean, psychologically, I did build them in a bunch of principles, but who knew if it would come together? And it obviously has for so many people. So if you want your income to change dramatically, find something worth working for. Take the regs chart seriously. Make an appointment with me. If you want to reset your goals, no charge for that appointment. And put the magic to work for you.
Just click on the link below. I'd look forward to speaking with you.